If you're an Alice in Wonderland fan, you're gonna love the newest Descendants movie. Descendants: The Rise of Red doesn't have an official release date, but we've got plenty of info and behind-the-scenes details about this movie to tide you over until it finally premieres. Descendants fans know that the third movie in the franchise came to a fairly final close, and by the looks of it, it seemed that the beloved characters had told their story in full.
The barrier will come down. Yes!
This made the fourth film's plot and which characters it would follow all the more mysterious to fans, as well as, it seems, the folks making it. And they laid the mystery on even thicker, since the title was originally kept under wraps and the film was only called Descendants 4.
Did you hear?
What is it?
The title of our movie.
Descendants: The Rise of Red!
The movie has officially been titled Descendants: The Rise of Red, and that gives us quite a bit of info about what this movie will really be about and which characters the franchise will now be following. The titular Red is a new character. She's the daughter of the Queen of Hearts. The other new leading lady, Chloe, happens to be Cinderella's daughter. And sure, we're not used to the Queen of Hearts and Cinderella being brought together in one single fairy tale, but that's what we've come to expect from this franchise after all. In Red and Chloe's case, the unlikely pairing comes together to travel back in time and save Auradon. They accomplish said time travel thanks to the White Rabbit's pocket watch, hence the movie's original title, The Pocket Watch. As for what exactly this will entail, it's really anyone's guess, but we do know that there will be familiar faces as well as new ones, and there will also, of course, be all the fun, dancing, and singing that Descendants fans certainly expect. Oh, and there will also be plenty of action.
Descendants 4 is low-key an action film because I'm doing stunts, and also it's such a heavy dance film.
This film will revolve around two new characters, Red and Chloe, and it seems that they'll be an unlikely pairing since Red is a rebel and Chloe is, well, the exact opposite. She prefers to listen to her royal parents and strive for perfection. Since it's Red's mother, the Queen of Hearts, who's putting the world in danger, however, this dynamic will surely work out in everyone's favor. The pair will have an unusually common goal. Since she's the movie's namesake, it's safe to say that Descendants fans will be seeing their fair share of Red in this next era of the franchise. Red will be played by none other than Kylie Cantrell, who plays another titular Disney character in Gabby Duran and the Unsittables. She says that she relates to her upcoming character, Red.
She's very witty, sarcastic, and very just makes her own rules and doesn't do things the typical way.
And her relationship to her character aside, she was thrilled to get a role in the franchise that she knows and loves.
I remember literally watching this franchise ever since I was 9 years old, so a pinch me moment.
As for Chloe Charming, she'll be played by Malia Baker, who played Mary Ann in Netflix's The Babysitters Club series. Yes, these leading ladies are sure to get this film off on the right foot. While Red and Chloe are clearly going to be important parts of Descendants: The Rise of Red, there are plenty of other new faces joining the cast too. Rita Ora is a surprising addition to the cast as Red's mom, aka the Queen of Hearts. While she's appeared on the big screen in things like the 50 Shades of Grey franchise and Pokemon Detective Pikachu, she's primarily a singer-songwriter, and we have a feeling that this will play a big role in the film. This movie will also show many characters in their youth. This will include Bridget, aka the Queen of Hearts before she got the title, who will be played by Ruby Rose Turner. Young Cinderella will be played by Morgan Dudley, young Maleficent will be played by Mars, and young Aladdin and Jasmine will be played by Kabir Berry and Eliza Azar, respectively. Uma's sister, Uliana, will also be a new face played by another High School Musical: The Musical: The Series alum, Dara Renee. And it's clear that, like Kylie, she'll be doing plenty of her own stunts as well. Uliana's sister, Uma, will once again be played by China Ann McClain. And it's clear that these leading ladies are psyched to be part of this highly anticipated project.
We begin filming early next year, everybody, and we can't wait for y'all to see it!
As for one new character who we don't know much about, that would be the mystery royal baby, who's promised to be an important plot point in the film. Any guesses about who that might be? While the royal baby may be a mystery, there's one royal who certainly isn't.
Hi, this is Brandy and I play Cinderella.
One of the most highly anticipated parts of the upcoming movie is Brandy's return as Cinderella, 26 years after she played the role in the iconic 1997 film Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Promo photos show the star looking as royal as ever, and with some interesting blue hair. And it's clear already that Brandy still has that same amazing chemistry with her on-screen hubby from decades ago.
Hi, I'm Paolo Montalban. I play King Charming, and welcome to set.
Yes, Prince Charming from 1997's Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. It's gotten a bit of promotion, but he's still the Prince Charming we know and love. Paolo Montalban is also reprising his role, but this time, he's King Charming. He's still opposite Brandy though, and fans are definitely here for it.
I think I've ever told you this. You literally changed my life doing that little cheese right.
And it seems they're as excited as we are that they'll most likely be singing together again.
Our voices together, it just was so magical.
Yeah, it really was.
We had such great memories from that time, huh?
We did.
We were kids.
We were.
And now they have kids. Well, in Descendants, The Rise of Red, they do anyway. And we're excited to see Cinderella and we mean King Charming with a child. And, of course, singing together again. As far as we know, Brandy and Paolo are the only cast members from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella who are joining the cast of Descendants: The Rise of Red. That said, there are a few characters from the previous 3 Descendants movies that will be returning. Interestingly, Ursula's daughter, Uma, will be the only main character from previous movies returning as a main character again. In addition to some teenage versions of familiar characters, the film will be joined by Joshua Cauley, reprising the role of Hook, Melanie Paxson as the fairy godmother, Jeremy Swift as Principal Merlin, and Leonardo Nam as Maddox Hatter, who, it sounds like, will have quite a significant role in this heavy Alice in Wonderland-inspired installment. Now, Descendants fans know that the soundtrack of these movies has to be one of the most important elements that makes Descendants what it is. So, what will this installment's soundtrack include? Well, as of now, we don't know much about the ins and outs of the musical's setlist. What we do know is that this film will include 7 brand new original songs, as well as, of course, some Disney classics. We simply have to get Cinderella and King Charming singing something from the Cinderella soundtrack, right? Right? It's also worth noting that since the Queen of Hearts is such a big focus of this film, and she happens to be played by none other than Rita Ora, we have a feeling that this will have a bit to do with what ends up on the soundtrack. Whatever songs make it into Descendants: The Rise of Red, we can't wait to start listening. It's safe to say that we can't wait for a lot of aspects of this 4th Descendants installment. It makes it pretty hard to believe that this movie almost didn't happen. Fans of the films all remember the tragic loss of 20-year-old Cameron Boyce, who played one of the main characters, Carlos, in the original movies. The cliffhanger ending of the 3rd movie that would have set audiences up for a 4th installment wasn't ultimately included, and the characters we came to love seemed to live happily ever after. Even the original cast members believed that the franchise was complete, and this was a logical conclusion since sans Carlos, it would have been difficult to proceed with the storyline. Consequently, Dove Cameron, Boo Boo Stewart, and Sophia Carson couldn't return as Mal, Jay, and Evie. For this reason, the minds behind the franchise decided to move forward with the 4th movie with a new cast of characters, since they didn't want to work on the film without their late castmate, Cameron. Whether this is true or not, Dove Cameron did express this sentiment in the past.
I don't love the idea of doing it without Cameron. I don't know what it would look like, but I also love the franchise.
Would these cast members return in the future?
There's nothing that I can say for sure, but I definitely can say that it is not out of the question. Yeah.
For now, it seems that story has come to a close, but we're all looking forward to the new cast of characters whose Descendants story is just beginning. Are you as glad as we are that they decided to continue the Descendants franchise? Are you more excited to see the returning characters or the new ones? Let's talk about it in the comments. And for more videos like this one, be sure to like and subscribe to The Things.